Welcome back, everyone, to ThirdStreet Reactions. I'm Zach.
Shane.
We're back with the finale of Dragon Ball Daima.
Episode 20.
What happened last time?
It was mostly a Vegeta fighting episode. He kicked the shit out of him, but it was the magic was
The Tertian Oculus.
The what?
The Tertian Oculus.
Yeah, that's the eye thing?
Yeah.
Tertian Oculus. That's a good name.
It sounds like a pretty good name.
Tertian Oculus.
Yeah.
Did you make that up, or is that what's
No, I
called?
didn't make it up, but they say it in the fucking episode.
I just didn't remember Tertian
They said
Oculus.
it a few times.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Tertian Oculus, I mean, it was just keeping his head above water. It was just making him essentially invincible.
Yeah, I mean, he could just take the beatings and then come back every time.
Yeah.
He can just go on, just like Captain America.
Yeah.
He do this all day.
I could do this all day.
And Vegeta, he could have gone on. But, Bulma.
Well, he had some luck, but eventually he would have gotten worn out.
Yeah, but Bulma came in because he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'd rather die than stop or get help her. And she basically threatened that she would never take a bath with him again if he didn't stop. And then it had like it zoomed in on his face and the screen turned like blue.
Yeah, he zips down really fast.
Yeah.
All right, Kakarot, I'm stepping aside.
You two could take it from here. Yeah. And then Goku he kind of just goes through his levels of Super Saiyan again.
He shows him.
Yeah.
So this is Super Saiyan level 1.
But the thing is, he's already
This is
seen all
Super
this.
Saiyan 2.
Yeah,
Well, the whole idea is probably just to finish out the time of the episode.
Yeah.
You know, they had to finish that little bit.
Or did he go from like 1 to 4?
No, he went 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he did, yeah. No, I mean when he was a kid.
When he was a kid, I thought he was already fighting in 3.
Yeah, he did.
And then he was losing and
then
like
he did
reverted
4.
back to
Yeah, so he's
regular
seen them all.
form.
Yeah.
I know he has, but I think it was just to sell that last 5 minutes of the
It
episode.
was cool to see him as an adult with this animation.
For people that have never seen the show before, for kids that are just coming into it with Daima, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like it's explaining every form.
Yeah. No, but we got one last episode. I imagine he's obviously going to win, and hopefully it's a badass fight.
You know,
And after
here's
this, I think a few years go by, and then it gets into Super. It's got to be, I don't know how many years, but a few years.
I wonder how they'll explain why 4 doesn't come back into the equation.
Yeah, I wonder if they were talking to him like, what? Well, why does it come back later?
Well, right now it seems like because Neva had blessed him,
Yeah.
and that's why he was able to achieve that form.
Yeah.
So I wonder if them leaving, I think he doesn't get to take that ability with him.
Yeah.
A lot of the abilities that Goku inherited over the years, it's not like he lost them; they just were overshadowed by things that he gained later.
Yeah.
But you think a form like that would still pop up. I understand why. It's because they didn't choose to incorporate it or canonize it until now, but I'm just wondering how they'll canonize the fact that
They canonize the lore behind it.
Yeah.
That's always a tricky thing. I mean...
Well, you can just say that, Neva made it happen while they're here. And
Yeah.
can't do it anywhere else.
No, yeah, I mean, I think there's so many people I know who just... And you and I never saw it, but they love GT. And like, Gus, he binged this, and he's like, I'm so happy they put that in there. And I'm like, really? I mean, that I think that's cool for those people. I mean, it's definitely something that's it's like for Dragon Ball fans because they're kids.
Well, see,
for
now-
Z fans and GT fans almost.
Yeah, because we didn't really have access to GT when we were younger.
No, I
And then
did.
when it finally came out, I just have no interest in watching it.
Pretty much me too.
Because I know it's not canon. They're picking from it. And they're picking from the old movies
Yeah.
to canonize certain elements. They're cherry picking things that are cool.
I know initially they said GT wouldn't be overridden into canon when the Super first came out, but it just kept going and it's super popular. The manga is going to keep going, and it's probably going to eventually overtake it because they're still because GT takes place when they're old, when they're way older, so they could but
Well, also, that's where they started bringing in, I'm pretty sure, Vegeta's daughter
yeah,
and things like that. And
he has a daughter in Super too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And Goten and Trunks,
they're older.
they're much. Yes, I'm saying that they're not older in GT though. I don't think.
They are because he's
In the very beginning.
I don't know about the beginning.
What's what I'm saying? It starts at a point.
Oh yeah, I've only seen.
But I might be getting the old movies confused with that too because they're young in the Boo.
Yeah. How do you feel about Vegeta with the mustache and stuff?
I don't like to cut his hair. That's the big thing.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Because his hair is pretty iconic. Just like Goku's is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, guys, this is our last hoorah with this until more Dragon Ball comes out, which may be years later, but we'll talk about it all the time. Check out our Patreon to see the full uncut reaction, and give us some love in the comments. Charlie, I'm talking to you. Pretty much only you. All right.
Let's jump in.
That's how we do it. Just grab like that. I'm king now.
These are mine.
That was a reaction to the finale.
It was very, very good.
Yeah, it was very good. I'm happy with the show, and it's one of the grandest adventures I've experienced from Z to Super, although I haven't seen Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I feel like this was just a nice homage to Dragon Ball and a lot of that, bringing back that humor and the childlike adventure.
Yeah.
The childlike sense of adventure.
Yeah.
But the payoff at the end.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't like all the wacky stuff, just that payoff in the end, that fight.
It has like the epic Z serious confrontations and with a little bit of GT flavored in for
Yeah, because you go from, and I know Super does a decent job with the choreography, even like the fight sequences, I should say.
Yeah.
Even though it's still a little bit like Z, where you don't see all the moves.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
But they started bringing a little more of that, you seeing the moves in the Broly movie.
Yeah.
And for instance, he's like slamming Goku around by his foot.
Yeah.
And just like running his face through the wall.
Yeah, it was freaking sweet.
It was amazing. And this brought it up another level, especially towards the end there.
It definitely did. I'm going to be real excited to show the kids this when we're done with Z, with Z Kai, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do Super.
Yeah, the payoff, just in that, with him, as Super Saiyan level 4,
Yeah.
grown up, adult,
Yeah.
fighting Goma was great.
It was just great, and like sometimes I have to realize, like, we're not watching Z, we're watching new shit, and the animation is pretty as hell. Like the lighting effects when they do that really insanely bright white.
And choosing to show you the moves.
Yes.
I thought that was great. And I thought the very end actually had some of the best animation I've seen in the whole fucking show.
Yeah, that.
Just like Bulma seeing the bugs, like the way that animation looked.
Yeah.
It looked so much more fluid and not as cartoony. It kind of reminded me of older anime.
Like it was a higher frame rate where there was like 60 frames of her doing that instead of like 10.
Yeah. And it looked fantastic.
I agree.
And the fact that they find the tertian oculi at the end.
It just at that store.
Coincidentally, it's just this fucking thing you can buy.
Yeah.
I just like that idea a lot. It's not the One Ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's this thing you can just fucking purchase.
But why was it in the book? Like they have this big lore.
Well, if they know about it, there's tertian oculi out there.
Yeah. You figured like at the time the people who wrote the book would be out there trying to find it and destroy them or whatever. Or
they might just write about it. It's just like it's like a given that it's in this world.
Yeah.
And then, the king is the one that got one, and he uses it to rule the fucking universe, but it turns out there are more of them, so if someone else just happened to find one and buy it...
They just can't stand the look of them, so they don't do it.
Yeah,
it's
but if they did, they could have challenged him.
I wonder what they would have looked like. Would they just turn these big, giant, unstoppable guys, you think?
Well, I'm just saying as him, like, you get jacked initially, and then the more you take damage, the more it rejuvenates you and makes you stronger, and you just keep getting bigger.
I think Majin Ku's going to be a good ruler.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dork, but he's
benevolent. He's like, oh, you helped, so you get a position. You get a position.
He chose,
we all have a say.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I think that he chose a good cabinet.
Yeah.
Of capable people.
Yeah, and people that were from different backgrounds and stuff.
They actually just showed exemplary effort in the fight.
Yeah.
Against Goma, so even recognizing Aaron Sue that she wasn't necessarily evil.
No, she's just
ambitious.
She's ambitious.
Yeah.
So did she become a cabinet member, or was there another position that?
Well, she's like a vice.
I think he said vice. Yeah, I think he said vice or something. Yeah. Okay. I was making sure I heard that correctly. I mean,
she's the vice president.
Okay, good for her, because in reality, like he might not be the best at like ruling a kingdom and managing people and money, and she might. Well,
they showed in comparing him to Do.
Yeah.
The Do's the fighter and he's the brainiac.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did help with the test, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
And so he isn't very intelligent.
Yeah.
And good natured.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see where Aaron Sue would have a little more wisdom.
Yeah.
And sense in some areas, whereas he's able to take that information and logically come to logical conclusions with it.
Yeah.
So he surrounded himself with the right people.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And there's a possibility of the Namekians actually off-screen relocating here.
I just think it's funny that you come here and it's nothing but fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Some of the rocks are floating.
Well, they left it, They left it for a reason.
I know, but it's just funny. It's like Namek when you see it. I mean, there's some trees there every once in a while. There's some green stuff on the ground every once in a while.
Green water and green grass.
But there's
green
nothing,
sky.
But there's just nothing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing. All they need is water, I guess.
Ain't nobody here, man. I mean, it's just...
We just got Dende back and Dragon Ball Z Kai to come to Earth to be the new Guardian. So like it actually reminded me of Namek a little bit, except it wasn't like just green sky, green grass, but it's just like fields with trees.
Yeah. Well, I understand from a comic perspective when they're drawing a lot of these things, you don't want to draw something that's so fucking... some people, not everybody, but a lot of them don't want to draw something that's intense.
Yeah.
Especially in Shonen Jump comics and a lot of those that you see. There's a lot of manga that they do. It's fucking intense. I read Gundam Thunderbolt. I actually haven't completed it yet, but that dude's shit is unrealistically, intrinsically drawn. It's
Yeah.
and I don't mean unrealistically, and I mean in the sense of it's a lot of
Super
effort.
amount of effort.
Yeah, and detail. It's amazing how much detail goes into that comic. It's just amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful comic, and it's masterful. But then there's some people that they have to pump this shit out at a certain time frame to make the magazine.
Yeah.
So,
because they're not in charge either. They're people are talented or not.
I mean, I'm sure Toriyama at some point had a big say in that. But I mean,
for sure.
He also, and when time came to draw something, he probably was so good at it anyway that he just.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his stuff. I mean, when I've seen the panels of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, it's a little more simpler than I imagine with a Gundam with all the lines and.
Well, you have one that's hard science fiction,
Yeah.
and one's more like a fantastical adventure.
Yeah.
With very few sci-fi elements, even though they're there, but it's more of like a mystical fantasy.
When I've seen the colorized panels of Dragon Ball, it's such like this beautiful, soft, unreal look.
It's like I wouldn't call it pastel, but
No,
the
but
best word I can come up with, it kind of reminds you of something that you would see printed in.
Well, there's a lot of yellows like your cup here. If you want to bring
Yeah,
it
they
on
are.
screen.
They've seen the cup. They know,
Yeah.
they know the cup.
But just like there's a lot of yellows like that and other things that it's like it's not like something that was colored in like they were pushing it with a lot of force. It's like this lightly colored thing almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got its own sense of vibrancy.
Yeah. Favorite episode or favorite part?
I think the last episode was my favorite one.
Last episode was pretty fantastic. Mine, not my favorite, but it's something I mean, honestly, every episode was really good. One thing that stands out to me was like episode 2 or 3. They go into that tavern, and it's like this tavern that you would see out of Lord of the Rings, and then they get in that fight there. Remember they're eating cheeseburgers,
Yeah.
and it's like Goku fighting at a tavern, not outside, blowing shit up, and it was like this little martial arts standoff.
Yeah.
To me, that was so unique and original in terms of my experiences with Dragon Ball. I thought that was really cool.
How very sophisticated of you.
Very sophisticated. That's what I am. A sophisticated man, Zach. Yeah, and I think the Super Saiyan 4 was just a pleasant surprise for me.
I just thought it was a good payoff for the series. Because
Yeah.
a lot of the time it was wacky. They were kids. They were on this little adventure. Then you finally get this. Well, you've waited this long, and they fought as kids this whole time, even in high level Super Saiyan forms.
Yeah.
But in that last fight, I mean, just the way that Goku was acting, it was a little more savage
Yeah.
in terms of how he's behaving in the fight.
The Kamehameha was great.
Yeah, the Kamehameha was great. The animation was great. In some instances, I didn't care for. For instance, when he gets knocked under the ground and Goma's there, and they just they don't black it out, but they fill all the background with these vibrant colors.
Yeah.
Instead of what's behind them.
Yeah.
And to me, I didn't like that in the Broly movie either. But that's a small price to pay for how great the Broly movie was and how great this fight was.
Yeah, I agree.
So they've incorporated a lot more of that in terms of like the moves. Instead of seeing, you say when Frieza would make the energy blast to destroy the Earth,
Yeah.
or Namek, in the Frieza saga, the way it was colored and drawn, I mean, it looked like it belonged there, and now it's got this graphic look where they fill it in with all this like glittery looking stuff, and it looks very flat on the screen. And that's why I don't like that use of
No, okay.
CG.
It's like when I know what you're saying. It's like when I've seen CG used, and when it's done well, and when it's not done well.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it has to do with the composition. So
I understand that because they use it in other ways.
Yeah.
In the series, but I'm just saying that those moves, because they try to make it stand out like energy.
Yeah. It almost looks like it wasn't comped in well because
Yeah.
it looks like it doesn't belong in that world.
No, it doesn't. It looks like if you were like a black spot just appeared right here
Yeah.
that looked flat,
Yeah.
like something out of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like they slap a black circle up on there you can reach through and have like hammer space.
Well, it almost be like an inverse. Like it would like if I guess the inverse of that is we look real, and then the black spot would look like something that was drawn in a cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they're drawing a cartoon.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I brought up Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because they have these cartoon circles that you can slap on things and reach through them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it just would look like that, like this thing.
No, that's a good point. I never thought about it like that. Okay, that makes sense.
But other than that, I mean, it's not a bitch session. I thought that there were very, very good high points that I really enjoyed.
I was really happy to watch it. This is the first Dragon Ball we got to experience together as friends and fans for like our whole life. I mean, I think I discovered it kind of separately from you. You kind of discovered it separately from me because I think we saw it. We caught it on Fox sometimes when it was the Ocean dub, and then I caught it again later in life when it was on Toonami. But I had friends, including you, and I had another friend named Zach. Actually, my buddy Ashcraft told me that Goku died of Goku dies of a heart virus later on, like because he was just looking up shit online from Japan. This is before I ever came here. So it's been just a hell of a journey. It was. I remember when the DVDs came out, like the box set DVDs, when I was like 19, 20 years old. I was like, wow, I could just buy these and watch them. Well, when you're a kid, like, I mean, I think they had the VHS.
Well, there's this whole like peripheral experience that we had because we knew about it.
Yeah.
And you're seeking information out about it, and that you see the toys.
Yeah.
And the toys were even hard to get at one point.
Yeah.
And then they started when they first brought the action figures to Ames.
Yeah.
In Marietta.
They were better.
Yeah, they were absolutely better.
Yeah.
And it was I remember that day when someone told me, I was at school, was like, hey, they're selling Dragon Ball Z figures at Ames now.
Yeah.
What? And I had to get down there.
Yeah.
And
I remember just going in Ames and Walmart and I think Kmart maybe at the time, just being so excited, us going back to the store. I'd be running, don't run, walk. Don't run. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
And then just nerding out over those. They're so cool. Yeah, man. I think, when you're watching Dragon Ball Z, I think at a certain age, there's this feeling, it's like, this isn't like other things I've watched. And I don't think it clicks that, this is because it's culturally different. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the magic for us, was it is culturally different.
Well, it is, but it's also not like a lot of other anime.
Yeah, and at the time, I didn't even know what anime was, really. I was just like, it's a cartoon.
Yeah, and for one, I mean...
I did feel that way about Ronin Warriors. I thought Ronin Warriors, I remember I was like 7 years old thinking, this is cool, and this is different. It's not like the other shit I watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Well, if you go back and like watch like Transformers and stuff, the old Transformers cartoons, they just look like the animation is a little stiff.
Yeah.
The Transformers movie was great. The original cartoon movie.
Yeah.
But, you just look at the animation, some of that old anime, like television anime.
Yeah.
That like Ronin Warriors and things like that. It's kind of suffers the same fate of G.I. Joe and Transformers when it was on television, where it's something that just it does not flow that well.
No, I mean, like to me, one of the gold standards of today, besides Dragon Ball, was just My Hero, like those fights.
Oh yeah, like
they're incredible.
I brought it up again. Brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a beautiful show.
Yeah.
And beautiful art style, very unique. But I was going to bring up Naruto. I've never really watched much of it. My oldest daughter has a little bit.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people compare it to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
But I'm very sure Dragon Ball Z came out before
It did, because Z came out. I mean, Naruto came out to Toonami when we were like high school.
Yeah.
So I never really watched it. I started watching my old channel. I actually really liked it. It's definitely like a shonen.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything's wrong with it. I'm just saying, though, that if you look at the style of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball in general, Toriyama's style, he was a godfather of a lot of works, and a lot of people had a lot of respect for him for that.
Yeah.
So just his style and his creativity, his designs, it's very, very unique.
Well, the thing that's most unique to me that I didn't really realize until I on my old channel, we were sent a bunch of Dragon Ball manga, and like I remember opening this thing up and seeing all these robots and cars and flying cars, and like, oh wow, like this shit you don't see much in Z. You just see a little bit. Yeah, the world is like, oh, this is really cool looking.
I love that comic.
This was really good. I'll be excited to watch it again with the kids.
So he bestowed the world with this wonderful work that brings nerds and cartel members together.
Yeah. I think it was like when Super, the finale, came out, there was virtually no crime in Mexico. It was like Mexico, I guess cartel members like stopped to watch like the finale for Super or something like that. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was true all kinds of places. Like in Japan, like petty crime dropped for like that day.
Just to watch.
Just to watch, yeah. I mean, it was the finale. It was when I think he was fighting
Jiren.
Jiren, yeah.
Yeah.
The world stopped, because this guy created something great that brought... And what I do love, and I know we're going on about this, is, I've interpreted the characters as like, to me, I don't interpret them as Japanese. I interpret them as kind of like just white, you know what I mean? And I when I've read about the Japanese and like, they don't always necessarily think of their characters, and I think this is true for Dragon Ball. It's like, oh, this isn't Asia necessarily. But there's people that in other countries, like very different than ours, they interpret those characters through their culture too, and so it's accessible to anybody everywhere. That people can jump in and feel like, oh, this could be me or my friends.
Yeah, I mean the idea too is that the Saiyans are aliens.
In that, yeah.
So I mean, you could say Bulma. She definitely looks like she'd be Caucasian.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Chi-Chi looks like she'd be Asian.
For the eyes, though, to me.
I mean, I'm talking in terms of like her overall appearance,
Her
how
hair,
she presents herself.
Her hair and her
she
her
looks like
attitude
she
towards
could.
Gohan.
She could be Asian.
Yeah.
Bulma seems like an American woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of.
Yeah.
Snappy.
Yeah.
And but obviously very obsessed with her appearance. But the Yajirobe. He used to be like a samurai. He definitely looks Asian.
He looks more Asian.
Yeah, like a Ronin, I should say.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Maybe Krillin too be a little.
Yeah, because he was
monk.
originally designed as a monk. Yeah.
Yamcha.
Fucking. Oh my gosh, Master Roshi.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
But no, it's great though. I mean, and I know there are people in like Japanese culture, like Nappa, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like. I don't know, like an American strongman or somebody would play him, but you see other Japanese characters that have been presented like that that are definitely meant to be Japanese people.
Yeah.
In some anime.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's interesting that the art style that they choose to incorporate with a lot of anime, especially like notable anime from the 90s.
But Saiyans also have pretty big noses.
Yeah.
And things that are not very Asian-like.
Yeah.
Like Nappa's one of the only ones that there's like I can't remember, Portos, I think was his name in the Bardock special. And some of those guys that have kind of like that little nose. Mm-hmm. But a lot of them, like Vegeta, Goku, Broly, they all have pretty big noses. Like pointier noses.
Yeah. It's interesting that the art style of Japanese, I guess, manga artists, they choose to do the art in a way where it's not necessarily interpreted as Japanese on the surface when you watch it.
No, it's not. I mean, you look at like Gundam, for example. That's definitely like there are probably some Asian people in there. I can't cite them, but I know that there's a lot of main characters that are definitely not Asian.
Yeah, and Gundam Wing, we have people from different countries, and they.
Yeah.
Like, it's in a future where like there's not like this is.
Well,
the United States, they have the Asia area. They have.
Well, what's interesting is probably the fact that the Japanese don't politicize that shit.
Yeah, and they might not see race as a big a deal as people from the West do, maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe. Even though what's funny is that some of their policies might seem a lot pretty racist to people from the West. You know what I mean? But I don't have a fucking problem because I like the work and I don't sit there and think, well, this guy is probably Japanese. I don't read it like that.
Yeah. No.
I thought that when I read Dragon Ball, I thought Yajirobe was great. I thought that a lot of these characters just were awesome in their time.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw him when I was a kid, when we watched Dragon Ball Z, he was just a fat, worthless bastard. He was a coward and didn't want to fight. And just had that funny moment where he cuts off Vegeta's tail. But in Dragon Ball, he actually is a little more competent or capable. And
well, I saw this video a long time ago that Yajirobe just chooses not to fight because he's lazy.
He's lazy and he's a coward.
Yeah.
Things kind of get bigger than him too.
Yeah. Because he's just a human, right? Like.
Well, yeah, but so is Krillin and things like that. But they might have had a lot more potential than he did.
Yeah.
He could have been a little more disciplined in his life, but he just doesn't want to be disciplined.
I get it. I know the feeling.
Anyway,
so that's our talk about Dragon Ball, and believe it or not, we probably talk about it once or twice a week. Probably every 3 videos we're referencing Dragon Ball because we love it.
Yeah, it's just probably just as, if not more, influential in our lives than Star Wars.
Yeah, in terms of like our friendship,
I mean, it's right
Dragon
up
Ball and Star Wars are right there.
there. Yeah, and plus just a plethora of other films and movies and things
Yeah, there
that
are
we
like our
reference.
own kind of things that are not a lot of people don't know, but
Yeah.
in terms of the mainstream stuff, definitely Star Wars and Dragon Ball and Ninja Turtles. Kind of. I mean, I love Ninja Turtles.
Well, I think we cite the 1990 movie more than anything.
We do. I mean, and the reason why I know is like I love it so much is because when I was a kid, it was my favorite.
Mostly like April, Splinter, and Casey's lines that I always reference. Sometimes, well, actually, I take that back because I always say like
Bad timing.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. Well, my editor's like, what is this from? Because you're always talking. There's a show called The Strain on FX, which we love. You quote I-coursed like some things that like you don't realize until like the 10th time you're editing. Like he said that 9 other times, and that voice. Like who is this person? Oh, he's this character. You know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the show with us. Stick around. We have other things that we have filmed. We haven't put up yet. We're just, it's summer. We're busy, but we'll get around them. And we're trying to do, honestly, bigger shows for the channel. So we love Dragon Ball, though. So I imagine that'll always be a staple. Anything else?
Well, I'm glad we did it, regardless of its success on the channel.
No, yeah.
I'm glad to have watched.
This is why I told you, like, some things I need to do for, like, me and you.
Well, I understand that, but I just don't, like, okay, it's good, it's done, it was great. But let's not do it again.
Yeah. I get that. Just the 110 views it gets,
Yeah.
But I still loved it.
I just think it's a waste of editing power in our time when you could be using it to edit your own shit. It's more.
Well, you gotta, like, like fucking these shows I told you about the other day that
Yeah.
get, like, thousands of views. Yeah. That's how much we love Dragon Ball. Anyways, guys, much love. See you next video, whenever that is.